Oh god! Oh good god. We're stunned. Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to another episode of our Roulette Gaming series. In this episode, we're going to take a look at 7 Days to Die. I know it's coming to consoles here pretty soon. Next month, I believe. This game, I actually bought it back when it was in early access. And as you know, early access games are kind of a gamble. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come out of early access, but they have done a ton with 7 Days to Die. Like, for example, if you go in here to options and go to player profiles, you can choose a bunch of different pre-made characters, or you can actually go in and create your own. There's all different stuff you can do. Let's randomize it a couple times. And then, of course, you got females as well. We're just going to play as Hank. I'm not going to go through the character creator, but if you notice, there's all these different bars you can change. Basically, just the shape of your character, your gear and stuff you're going to get as you go. So, let's see. We'll jump in. Do we want to connect to a server, maybe? Yeah. Doesn't look like anybody's on, which I know it's kind of early in the morning here, so we'll just start a new game. Survival multiplayer, random gen. And we'll call it to Asgard. And there we go. And it'll actually save your worlds and stuff, so so basically we're going to look at kind of the intro to the game, getting started. For those of you that are struggling, this should help you out. But I remember when this game, the graphics were terrible, the controls were clunky, the crafting was clunky, everything. There was no create a character or any of that, really. Yeah. And they're going to give you a little quest line to start teaching you how to do things, but I'll just show you. When you first start, just go ahead and just punch a lot of this grass, because you're going to get fiber from it. Let me actually turn down the audio here a little bit. I'll turn down to 70. Okay. I know that grass breaking sounds a little bit loud, probably. Yeah, I didn't think that could be looted. A lot of containers, cars, stuff like that you can loot. But the main thing you're going to want to look for when you first start out is small stones, wood, and plant fiber, and that's going to kind of get you started. And if you notice, they've actually done a really nice crafting menu that has tabs and everything. There's also a character tab here. There's a map. You have skills that you can actually you get points. Like for doing the tutorial, you're going to get 1 point, so you can get some of these basic skills. But there's all different kinds here that you can get, like perks. There's actually quests that you can get, and of course you can see the players that are on the map at the time. And those little like branches, for example, if you start out in the desert, you're going to find a lot of those. You can break those and get wood as well. So, alright, we just need one more small stone. We're not going to be able to do that yet. Okay, and now we're going to craft the stone axe here, and you just hit craft right here, and it's going to take a few seconds to craft it. You can actually just you can close out the menu and just keep going with what you're doing. But also these bird nests, loot these when you find them, because you'll get feathers, and you can just shift click them in your inventory. We're going to use those later on when we craft the bow, so which will be your early game ranged weapon. It's kind of nice to get early game because you're going to want a ranged weapon that you can easily create ammo for. So that would be your best option. Next up, they'll want you to craft some plant fiber stuff for starting clothing. And you can actually queue up a lot of this stuff at the same time, which is what we're going to do. And then we'll just let all that craft for a second while we continue exploring. And you can just punch those plants. You don't actually have to hit E to gather and all that. And to equip it, you just go to your character tab and shift click it on there like that. And we're just waiting for the gloves to finish real quick. And there we go. That gets you your basic starting clothing and stuff. And now if you notice this, we're actually getting rock and metals out of, so. And then they're going to want you to put all the equipment on, which we already did that, so. And now they're going to want you to craft a wooden club, which is going to be like your melee weapon. So let's go ahead and do that. And you kind of just want to keep moving. Whoops, ammo weapons, here we go. See, we could actually craft an iron reinforced club, but for the quest they want you to craft this just standard wooden one. So we're going to drag that down here, move some of this stuff around a little bit. And then they want you to craft the bow that I told you about, so let's craft that. And they want you to craft 2 arrows. We're going to go ahead and craft 18 of them, because we will use them quite a bit. Whoops. I didn't mean to throw that on the ground. There we go. Oh, I keep throwing it on the ground. Okay. We'll switch that around. And then if you want to use the bow, just hit R, like hold R, and then just select your type of arrow that you want to use. So, and then you can hit R, right click to zoom in, and then hold left click and you'll draw the bow back. But next up they want you to craft the wood frames, which we'll need some more wood for that, so we'll just kind of head over towards this house for a minute. Alright. It's the only thing about the desert, you don't generally have a lot of access. Oh, we got zombies. Now you will notice in comparison to games like, say, H1Z1, we're going to head over to this forest, there is a lot more focus, I feel like, on the zombies. You do have specials, similar to like Left 4 Dead or something. You'll have similar things, like there's one zombie that's really similar to the boomer. Now you won't start seeing those for a little bit unless you head into like the cities. The cities are generally pretty thick with zombies. So just be aware of that. On average, you won't start seeing zombies for the first like little bit, because they kind of give you like a small grace period to kind of build up and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and chop down this tree. Now this axe that we're using, it's kind of like your starting tool. You can use it to chop down trees, break stone. You don't really want to do that kind of stuff by hand. And you can actually repair the tools, but these early ones you're better off just making a new one. And if you notice, when we actually chop down the tree, we got 105 wood, so it's definitely worth sticking around and chopping it down. But they want us to make a wood frame. Here it is. Make 3 of them, and I'll show you how these work. Okay. If you notice the bottom left, that's our health and our stamina. So, but you can just you can hit left click to rotate it, which these don't really rotate or nothing. But then right click's going to place them. And if you notice, they want us to upgrade them. So what you do is you just hold right click and you're going to upgrade it. And see, we can make it into metal, all different kinds of stuff. So But once you upgrade them, you're not going to be able to pick them up. So be aware of that. Make sure you got them where you want them to be. Then next up, they want you to craft a bedroll. Now the way these work is, if you set this down and you sleep in it, that's going to act as your spawn point. So you'll be able to respawn there when you die instead of just spawning out in the middle of nowhere again. And that broke. Let's make another one. Alright, this is done. Thought I heard something. Oh, yes. See if we can sneak up on this guy. Oh, he's taking off. There's a couple of them here. Let's see. No. There we go, we got him. You do have a little bit of drop, so got him. Alright. And these, you're going to want to oh, this is snow. You're going to want to harvest these. You're carrying something that smells and attracts zombies. Store it in a container. So since we got this meat and stuff from this deer, we're going to have to kind of be careful, especially when night hits, because we will be drawing in the zombies. So, and night is pretty dangerous on here. Kind of think of Dead Rising's nighttime zombies, and that's kind of close to it. Alright. That's that, and then we got another bird nest here, so let's go ahead. A lot of times you can find eggs. So, alright, and they want us to throw this bedroll down. We're just going to throw it down for now, and then we can just pick it right back up. So that's pretty easy, just kind of move around as you go. And now they want us to craft a campfire and then place it. And campfires are pretty important because of course that's how you're going to cook your food. So, and let's see. And if you notice, we can make boiled eggs, biofuel. And we got a skill point because we finished that quest. So, but yeah, you can make raw meat. But we're gonna have to put in fuel. So let's do that. What? Why'd you throw that down? There we go. Alright, we can make charred meat. Now this, the grilled meat's going to require this grill here, and then of course you also have like bottles and pans. Eventually, you know, we'll make some of that stuff. And we'll just cook all that meat up. Now if you notice it says charred meat's better than raw meat. It will dehydrate you, but it will boost your wellness. It's going to attract zombies if it's carried. So, and if you notice, you have a time here. That's how long that wood's going to last before it goes out. So, and of course, you can leave it running while you do other things. There we go. We'll go gather a little bit more wood. Now at nighttime and during the daytime as well, zombies are going to follow you or hunt you down based on smell, sight, and hearing as well. So just be aware of that. Zombies are decently smart on here, I gotta say. Alright. Let that cook. Now, the next thing you're kind of going to work towards, since we got these bones, we can actually make the bone shiv, which just takes a large bone, but it's really, really useful for cutting up animals, as well as being really, really useful for just about anything. Alright. If you notice, our temperature is dropping, so it'll pop up ever so often and do our, say, like how hot or cold we are. We kind of got to watch that. Like right in here is going to be a lot more cold than, say, in those plains or in that desert. Now you will notice there is a biome line. That's just something, it's part of it, I guess. We'll turn that off, take our wood back, and get our charred meat out. And they do kind of start you out with a little bit of food. You get some chili and some water, so. And these little trash piles can be searched. Usually you won't find too good of stuff in those, but the cars a lot of times will have better stuff. And there's also military outposts. If you find one of those, definitely look into it. But let's see. We'll head up this way. Just kind of wanted to show you guys the towns. But that plant that I just gathered from, if you noticed, that was a cotton plant. And you want to grab those as you find them, like right here. And you also notice at the bottom, my skill in athletics went up. That's something they added, you know, after early access and everything too. And you're gonna have skill ups in like combat and athletics and building. There's a zombie. But on here, if you can avoid it, you're better off just running and not worrying about every single zombie, because zombies are pretty, especially starting out, they're pretty resilient. So we got some painkillers. So you do, you kind of just want to avoid them as best you can. And you can loot their bodies after you kill them, but generally, unless you're pretty well armed and stuff, I'd just avoid them if at all possible. Oh, I hit that damn cactus. You will have to watch out as well, because for one, your health only comes back when you eat food, and it does take a while. You'll have to eat food and kind of take it easy for a minute as your health gets up. Also, you can sprain your ankle if you're not careful. If you do that, you're gonna have to put it in a splint and give it time to heal. You can get diseases, and they have different stages. So if you drink like dirty water without cleaning it, like boiling it or anything, there is a chance you're gonna get diphtheria, and you definitely don't want that. Phase 1 and 2, you can kind of heal it with just goldenrod tea or I can't remember. I think there's one other thing that can heal early stage diphtheria, but if you let it get up to like stage 3, where it gets really, really bad, we don't want any moldy bread. Oh, that one's all charred. Also, the zombies, of course, have different skins and stuff. So, this desert seems to go on forever. Look at the map here. Okay. Maybe if we just start heading this way. Because I did the random world gen, so... But yeah, if you let the Dysteria progress to phase 3, at that point you're going to have to take antibiotics for it. So you definitely don't want to get it too bad. And when you drink dirty water, there's about a 10% chance that you're going to get Dysteria, so if at all possible, you kind of want to avoid that. Alright. This is one hell of a hill. Like, this is sprinting speed. Because you sprint a lot slower going up those big hills like that. Oh, I just stepped on a cactus. Oh my gosh, this desert. This desert doesn't stop. Oh, that's a crawler. Kind of gotta watch out for them. They're not too dangerous because they move so slow, but if you let them get up on you, you know, they're gonna do a little bit of damage. And they're kind of hard to notice sometimes when you're in a jam and you got other zombies after you. You may not notice them, so. And this desert. This damn desert. Alright. I'm gonna cut camera actually, and I'll come back once we get out of this desert. Alright, welcome back. We're still in the desert, but I did find a building here, and the sun's starting to get low. We do want to kind of start setting up something. There's a lot of zombies right here. Well, we got quite a few of these. Yeah, a lot of zombies right here. Is there a way to get into there? Let me actually turn down the audio just a little bit. But yeah, once it starts getting close to 2000 hours on here, you do want to kind of start thinking about setting up somewhere. See, there's still some things, like that's like paper thin. Some of the plants are paper thin. I mean, there's some things that need work, but if you had seen the and of course you want to go for headshots on these guys. You can kind of take them out in a couple hits. We'll let him be. Oh shit, it's locked. Oh god. And by the way, the zombies will try to tear down the doors and stuff, as you're noticing. He's making short work of that door. So, having this meat on me was not ideal. Oh, we're infected. Yeah, use antibiotics, honey, or herbal antibiotics to heal your wounds. Oh, he had some painkillers on him at least. Let's see. Oh god, I need to craft some wooden frames. Alright. We're stunned right now, but hopefully... Man. Oh god. This is not good. We're doing some, using these bandages. He seems to be stuck, so we'll let's grab these frames out. I wish he would get out of the way. We got a little bit more range than him. Oh, good God. Die already. Alright. Go ahead and search him. Alright. And we'll slice up these bodies. Just to get whatever we can off of them. Okay. I think this body's still in the way too. Oh, if you notice, they're damaging that, oh shit. She's pissed. They want all this meat, is what they want. Oh God. Oh good God. We're stunned. Oh, I'm dead. Well, at least you got to see a bit of the combat. Ideally, I guess, should have made some kind of a chest or something. Put it off a ways from the house and stored the meat in there while I kind of got everything set up. But that place was kind of covered over with zombies anyway, so... Yeah, if you notice, this time we spawned near like a lake here. And ideally, if you're going to set up a base, you kind of want to build it close to water. Just so that you have like a clean supply and whatnot. So, if we were to come out here a little ways. Yeah. There's not a whole lot going on underwater. But, and now we're all wet. If you notice at the bottom left there, that will happen when it rains and whatnot as well. So you, if you're not careful, you can get hypothermia and stuff. So, part of the cold temperature thing. There's a rabbit. But I'll just show you around the world just real quick. We'll see if we can find another like building. Ideally, I was wanting to find a city, but we didn't have any luck with that. See, the world's actually really, really, really big now. So, you can see the temperature that it feels like, the wind, the elevation, all that stuff. So, let's see. But the world is really, really large. So, it definitely makes bigger multiplayer games feel... Oh, shit. We don't really want that. Okay. Yeah, there are wild animals that will eat you. And do a damn good job of it, actually. I believe the main ones you gotta watch out for are bears and wolves, I believe. But yeah, we didn't see any special zombies. A lot of times you'll see them in like towns and stuff. Oh, something just exploded. What's this? Oh shit! Landmines. Yeah, air filter landmines all around this. This is a military base. So, if you recall, I told you about those. There are a lot of zombies in here, but this is one of the best places early on to find guns. Oh shit, there's a zombie right there. Baseball cap and a skull cap. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Some duct tape. But yeah, if you notice, for day one, this place is packed full of zombies. Oh shit. There's a duffel bag, some pistol grip, a can of miso, a tank top. Oh shit. But yeah, if you're wanting to get a gun really quick, these are the places I would suggest. You're not for sure gonna get a gun. Let's see, we just got a bedroll. So shit. Nothing in there. And of course it's nighttime as well, so there's that also. He's got a hold of my leg. There we go. Alright. Yeah, see, we didn't really find any guns. And if you notice, when you respawn after dying on a server, you are not going to have any food or anything this time. And nighttime, of course, gets really, really dark. So, real quick, I'll show you around the crafting. Like in here, you got your first aid kits. This is just like your basic stuff. Storage chests, doors. In the building, you have all kinds of blocks that you can build out of. And so you can actually do some pretty nice stuff with that. Resources, there's bellows, cotton seeds, where you can plant cotton around your base. Mini bike pieces, you can make a bike to get around. In the weapons, of course, there's a lot of stuff. You can make your own bullets, rockets, exploding crossbow bolts, dynamite. Then there's under the tools and traps. Hey, buddy, let's run away. Sounds like they're hitting those landmines. I'll actually go and stealth a little bit. Okay. Different kinds of landmines, barbed wire, pickaxes, shovels. You got pressure plates, all different kinds of tools in here. Then different seeds, corn seeds, blueberry seeds, potato seeds, yucca juice. Here's all just first aid stuff, aloe. There's a splint. You'll need cloth fragments and wood. That's for when you sprain or break your limbs. But let's see, different kinds of clothing. You can eventually get into metal armor, which is going to be probably one of your better ones. And then decor, so you can actually decorate your buildings. They have the whole alphabet in here, all different kinds of stuff. These torches, of course, you can put on walls and stuff. You got sandbags, mailboxes in case you want to get some mail. But and there is a lot of different clothing and stuff outside of just this. Like if you notice, I got that skull cap, that baseball cap. There's a lot of stuff like that where you can kind of customize your character and whatnot. So honestly, this game's come a long way since the early access, and they're constantly adding new stuff to the game, making it look better, making it run better, making it perform better. And I feel like with the console release coming next month as well, there's going to be, I think, a lot more drive on top of all that to put out, better content and stuff too. So personally, I suggest this game if you're interested in the sandbox zombie survival and everything. It's a lot of fun, and on prime times, there's generally a decent amount of people online to play with. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. It's on Steam. And then, of course, it's coming to console here soon, too. So, but, yeah, if you enjoyed this, please comment, like, subscribe, share. If you have any questions about this game or other games or things you'd like to say, just let me know down in the comments, and I will get back to you on that. And until next episode, take care, and I will see you then.